America's a place where you can write your own destiny. We are a people who believe that every single child is entitled to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. There's so much more work to be done to extend the full promise of America to every American. But today we can say, in no uncertain terms, that we've made our union a little more perfect.
All right, matter of opinion, folks, and that's what we got from the Supreme Court, of course. A matter of 9 opinions, 5-4 in favor of gay marriage nationwide. Kendall Coffey, partner, Coffey Burlington, LLC, former U.S. attorney, joins us. Kendall, welcome. Let's start with today's ruling, and boy, you know, the dissenting opinions, each one very, very strong and emotional, as was Kennedy's ruling as well.
Yeah, I mean, really eloquent expressions. I mean, at least you know that the 9 folks that are working up on them, agree or not, are just brilliant minds who are very convincing and eloquent in the way they write. It was a 5-4 opinion. I don't think it was a surprise, Steve. I think most folks saw it coming out this way. Indeed, I think a lot suspected that Justice Kennedy, who'd written in the past in this area, would be the author of the opinion. And again, you look at the dissents. Chief Justice Roberts, in his dissent, was really talking about not whether it's good or it's bad, but really who makes the decision. And his emphasis was that you know, a lot of states, through their own democratic processes, are validating same-sex marriage, but in a democratic republic, should that decision rest with the people acting through their elected representatives, or, and I'm quoting him, with 5 lawyers who happen to hold commissions authorizing them to resolve legal disputes? Needless to say, Justice Kennedy's opinion was also brilliantly reading. If I could just highlight one issue, Steve, that kind of intrigued me, it's not getting a lot of attention, and that's this, because I think most expected that it would come down the way it did and extend a constitutional right to same-sex marriage. But what about those whose religious beliefs are such that as private actors, they do not want to participate in, for example, a same-sex marriage? That's come up a lot, and you and I have talked about that a lot. And I thought there was something interesting in Justice Kennedy's opinion that may have referred to that, where he describes that the First Amendment provides protection of religious organizations and people so that they have proper protection in terms of adhering to their principles. So I think his opinion obviously was very strong and in support of same-sex marriage. I thought he was signaling that there may be some interest in looking at what are the religious protections extended to those as private individuals who disagree.
Well, yes, and you know, if that case were to come up to this court, I wonder how well, if Kennedy is a swing vote, maybe he would be the swing and they would be protected. But you know, Alito said that does this mean that people are going to have to, if they have strongly held beliefs, are they going to have to whisper them in private, or are they going to be accused of bigotry, whether it's at the workplace, a place of employment, school, or in the community? And that is a very frightening thing. And you and I also talked about that in the oral arguments. Alito asked the question, I'm paraphrasing, to the supporter of gay marriage attorney, what if we rule your way, will the tax-exempt status of churches who preach that marriage is between a man and a woman be jeopardized? And the attorney gave his opinion and said, well, that could come down the road. So that is something we have to watch for.
That may be the next big issue. You and I have also talked about on this show how under some state laws, they have fined or they have punished people who, for example, did not want to participate in a gay marriage as photographers or florists, things like that, based on what were apparently sincerely held religious principles. And I thought that Kennedy's opinion signaled that may have, you know, when that decision comes up, as it likely will, that may have an outcome that respects religious freedoms.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Great catch there. Kendall, always great to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Have a great weekend and a great week.
You too.
Happy for Fresh to Friday.
Kendall Coffey, ladies and gentlemen. Give me.
Millions of Americans are turning to Newsmax TV on DirecTV 349, Dish 223, and Verizon Fios 115. Online at NewsmaxTV.com, Roku, or Google TV. With our free app from your iPhone or Android. So watch Newsmax TV